We've both been a Christian for 40 plus years coming into this and are students of the Bible. But man, we learned so much. I mean, night after night after night, we would process together and go, I've never heard that. So the tools that we gained from discipleship school were just overwhelming, really. So I'll let Patti jump in now.
Yeah, so kind of bouncing off of what Cory was saying was just, we've grown up in the church. We've been highly involved in the church. We've taught, I don't know, our entire married life. Cory's taught Sunday school, and I've led Bible studies. And so, scripturally, our foundation was really solid, coming into this. And yet, through that, I think for me, there just kind of became this bondage in my heart, or there just this kind of, what I've learned is probably the lie of the enemy, that to really go deeper with Jesus or with God was difficult or challenging, or it was, but I realized through the D school that it's not difficult. That's just such a lie, and that to go deeper in knowledge can be really difficult because it's intellectual a lot of times. It's academia kind of, which is not my strong suit anyway. But going deeper with Jesus and going deeper with the Father and with the Spirit and the Holy Spirit, it's simple. I mean, it just gave us such simplistic tools that, have made it to where it's a draw. It's not something that I'm fearful of. It's something that's drawn me in because it's just basic things that, of how to listen to the Holy Spirit and how to ask questions and just to sit and ponder and listen. And so for me, the scriptural foundation was great, but yet I knew that there was something more that I could walk into. And the D school really gave me just some really basic, just little nuggets of truth, of tools, simplistic tools that help me every day. I mean, I can still remember from the retreat, the Father, our posture of our heart is, humility and surrender, and that grace follows. And that was back in August, and yet daily I just am reminded of that. And so that just helps me settle my heart to a place where I feel like the Spirit can speak to me and I can have relationship with the Father and with Jesus. And so that's probably, one of the things that just an overarching look at D school for me that just opened up just this, I think there's a difference between obedience to the word and a desire of obedience. And so there was just this desire that just expounded because of it. And so that's kind of, what I draw from it. And like what Cory said, we both were working. I'm not working now, but at the time he works at the ranch and I was working at Baylor. And so every Monday and Thursday I would leave the house at 7, go straight from work, meet Cory there. We weren't even able to drive together, but every time we would get in the car and we would drive back home, we would call and just kind of debrief with each other and kind of have that conversation. It's about a 20-minute drive, 20-minute drive, and we would just kind of talk through it and just go, wow, that was so rich and so good,
Yeah, and I think one of the things that that's really encouraged me is how much I've been challenged. Okay, so we're in D school with other people that are just sold out to Jesus and finding their way. We're all in a different place in the journey. But man, I got to meet new guys in my D group, and then the leaders of our D group, Dan Johnson is the man, But just being around those guys and knowing them is very challenging in a good way. Because you just see people sprinting the marathon. That's what I call it sprinting the marathon. And that's possible. When you love Jesus and are devoted to Him, you can do that. So you get to see different people of all different, sizes, shapes, everything in the world in there. I mean, old people like me to the young people. And, it's encouraging that, man, there's a remnant out there of people that want to know Jesus more. And this is the place to do it. I'm telling you, the tools that you get, you learn how to be discipled, you learn how to disciple, you learn how to do Bible study with yourself or with others, you learn how to listen to the Holy Spirit, you learn how to talk with the Lord. Just so many tools that we've been given. I could not encourage it more. You have to do it. It's a must. You have to do D school.